Hi everyone, it's Christina Barker, manager of Dolphin Outsourcing Limited, and today I'm here to talk to you about time blocking. So this sentence explains it really well. A 60-hour working week without time blocking produces the same amount of output as a 40-hour time blocked work week. If you don't control your schedule, it will control you. Think about that for a second. How do you balance meetings, email, team chat, etc., with a focused time for the things that you want to get done? We all need some kind of like set strategy to help us focus in a world which is full of distractions, especially at the moment. And that's where time blocking comes in. The time blocking is a simple yet effective way to take back control of your working day. So if you struggle, if you juggle many different projects or responsibilities, if you spend too much time responding to email messages, I do that so often. Find your day jammed with meetings, you battle constant interruptions from the day, or then time blocking could be the thing for you. So what is it? Time blocking is a time management method that asks you to divide your day into blocks of time. So each block is dedicated to accomplishing a specific task or a group of tasks, and only those specific tasks. So instead of keeping a never-ending to-do list of things that you'll get to eventually, we know we all do it, you'll start each day with a set schedule that lays out what you work on and when. So the key to this method is prioritizing your task list in advance. So I would recommend that you did this weekly. If you take a look at what's coming up for the week ahead, and you make a rough plan of your time blocks for each day, at the end of every working day, review the task that you didn't finish, as well as any new tasks that may have come in, because every day you get things coming in and you have to then juggle it around. So then you can adjust your time blocks for the rest of the week accordingly. With days that are time blocked in advance, you won't have to constantly make choices about what to focus on. So all you need to do is follow your time block schedule. If you go off track or you get distracted, then you can just look back at your schedule to whichever task that you blocked off time for, and then you can just go back to it a lot easier than wondering where you were before. It just takes off that time and a bit of pressure. So time blocking has got some variants to it as well, which are worth considering. So you might have heard of these, you might not, but it's task batching, day theming, and time boxing. So time blocking is dividing the day into blocks, as I've mentioned before, with each block sort of dedicated to accomplishing a specific task or an activity, and only that specific task or activity. So for example, you might say, I will write a blog post every day from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I mean, you're going to get a lot of stuff done in that time, but that could be an example that you do. So task batching is grouping together similar tasks or doing them all at once, and doing them all at once in order to avoid like switching to something else. So for example, I'm going to answer all of my emails at 3 o'clock, then that's it. Day theming is like dedicating each day of the week to a specific area to focus on, focus all of your responsibility on. So for example, on Monday, I'm going to focus on doing some content creation. Every Tuesday, I'm going to focus on content promotion. Every Wednesday, I'm going to focus on research, etc. So time boxing is setting a limit on how much you want to dedicate to a specific task. So for example, I will write a 1,000 word blog article between 1 and 3 p.m. I mean, if you can get 1,000 words in that time, then that's good, but that's an example for you. And task batching is when you group similar, they're usually smaller tasks together, and schedule specific time blocks to complete it all at once. So by tackling similar tasks in that group, you'll limit the amount of switching between tasks that you have to do throughout the day, and then you save time and energy as well. So for example, that could be scheduling like 20-minute blocks to just do your emails during the day, which is more efficient than checking your inbox like every 15 minutes and like replying. Don't realize how much time that takes sometimes, but yeah, if you kind of block those into separate times, then you know that within that time you can get that done. And again, by batching similar tasks together, you'll minimize sort of switching to different things throughout the day as well. So time blocking goes well with task batching because it saves you from scheduling like every individual task on your calendar, and that's another thing that a lot of people do. So you can just block off chunks of time each day or week for when you want to complete a certain like batch of activity. So for example, you might want to do like email, invoicing, meetings, writing blogs, etc., whatever it is that you do for your business. And day theming is more of a extreme version of like task batching for people who have a lot of areas of responsibility competing for their attention. For example, an entrepreneur often has to pay attention to loads of things at the same time, which a lot of you will have experience of. So you might be doing like marketing, sales, product development, customer support, HR, and like everything at the same time. So instead of setting aside time blocks for each area of responsibility each day, Dathan would dedicate a day, like a full day each week to each responsibility, and dedicating each day to a single thing creates a reliable pattern of work, and then it limits you switching again. Why is time blocking effective? If you want to answer this for me before I say the answer, go ahead and write in the comments. Otherwise, I will let you know. So when you schedule a chunk of time or to work on a specific task, and you focus on one thing rather than spreading yourself really thin across several like tasks and trying to get loads of stuff done when actually you can't. So the more you sort of single task it, the more you build like those mental muscles required for the work, and the easier it becomes to then stay focused. It makes you aware of how you spend your time, because obviously you're writing it down, and you can see where you're spending your time and where you need to maybe improve on and do things a little bit differently. So most people are quite bad at time management and we're all terrible at estimating how much time like things will take as well. We have a tendency to overcommit as well. So time blocking also forces you to confront your current priorities and your commitments and get intentional about how you spend your time. And it counteracts perfectionism, because I know a lot of us, especially in our own business, we're perfectionists. We want to get it right and we want to get it perfect, but sometimes you can't always be that way. So there are a few things that I would recommend that you could try in order to improve your time blocking skills if you're not already doing any time blocking. So you need to get a sense of how long you actually spend on tasks by using time trackers. So you might use Rescue Time, that's one that I personally use, or Toggle is another one. They're probably the two main ones that people know. But something like that literally shows you all the websites and everything that you spend time on, all different things that you're doing. It picks it up, and then you know exactly how much time you're spending on them, and you'll be surprised by the answers that you get sometimes. I also recommend setting priority tasks. So getting those things done first, then you know you've ticked them off your list before focusing on the next task. A lot of us tend to leave that task till the last, the one that we think, oh, that's going to take so much time, and it's not something that you want to do, but it's a priority. So you need to move that to the front and get it out of the way, and then if you've got something else that's not so much of a priority, it can possibly be moved to the next day. But if you have one main task to focus on and prioritize, then at the end of the day, you know you've got that done, how much better are you going to feel knowing that that task is done? Also, keep at least some of your free time free. You could spend all this time doing all the time blocking and then think, I haven't got any time to myself. So always block off some time when you know that's the end of your working day. This is when you're going to relax. That's your free time. Doesn't matter what you're doing in there, just block off some time for your free time. Okay, what other tools can you use to time block? So to implement time blocking, a lot of people just literally use good old-fashioned pen and paper or calendar. It can be digital or diarised, like whatever works for you. I like to use iCalendar. A lot of people prefer Google Calendar. I'm using that a lot more now. But we do actually have an e-calendar that you can purchase directly from our website, which is used in Trello. It includes over 200 marketing dates for your business. So I recommend you give that a try. But Trello in itself is a free platform, and you can even have it as an app on your phone, so you can edit things as you go. But it is a really good one. I do highly recommend it. I can also, you can also do color coding or labeling within that. You know, if you want to do that on your pen and paper one, that's fine, or you can do it on Trello or wherever you've got your calendar. Coding or labeling, it makes you see things a lot clearer for things that might be more helpful for your business. You can see it at a glance as well. So if you're having a quick look around, you can see that you might, if you're scheduling some posts, for example, you can see that where you've got your Facebook posts, because they will be blue. You can see where you've got all your Instagram posts, because they'll be purple, and it shows up, and it looks nice as well. So if you like things that are aesthetically pleasing, and you're a little bit OCD like me, then you will love it. Also, if you work at a company with shared calendars, or maybe you've got a team of people, you might find it helpful to publicly book off that time for things to keep a sufficient chunk of that time free. So, for example, I might put in mine that I'm out of the office, for example, and then the rest of the team are then going to see that, and they'll know not to bug me. Or if they try and bug me, they know they're not going to get hold of me. So I suggest doing that one. So scheduling your task in advance can seem like a waste of time to some people. You could be using that time to get things done, as some people say, like, why do I bother doing that? It's going to take more time. It doesn't. So when you aren't controlling your calendar, it's easy to let those distractions then take over. So by making decisions on what to work on in advance, then you'll be saving that time and energy when it comes to actually getting those things done. So my thing for you is to give time blocking a try, at least for a week, and then see how it feels. Take back control over your time and attention, and let us know how you get on. I'd love to hear more about how you're getting on. If you didn't use it before, and then you suddenly use it now, how has that affected you? How has it affected your business? Has it helped you? Has it not? Let us know in the comments, or feel free to send us a message at any time. I hope this video has helped you all. And if you do have any questions, please let us know. I will see you all again next week with another educational video. Thanks for watching.